The artificiality and innocence of Britney's performances at the beginning of her career led her to become the poster child for 90s pop music, yet the over-sexuality in her later performances transformed her into somewhat of a controversial figure. Britney Spears' success story relates the most to the music business because of not only her great success on the Billboard charts, but the tragedy of how the stress caused by the entertainment industry ultimately led to her having a mental breakdown. Britney was born on December 2nd, 1981 in the small rural town of Kentwood, Louisiana, where everybody knows everybody. Since the age of 3, Britney has taken dance lessons and performed in pageants at 5 years old. Everyone knew Britney had talent, winning every talent show and pageant. At the age of 9, Britney auditioned for the Mickey Mouse Club and passed the audition, but was turned down due to being too young. However, the producers took interest in her and suggested she move to New York, so she did.
When I first heard Britney's voice, I knew from that very moment that she was going to be a star when she grew up. And she gave you, when she performed, you knew by looking at her, she had everything it took to become a star at a young age. Nobody in Kentwood was surprised that Britney became a big star. We were just waiting for the day when she did become a big star.
Her first song, Baby One More Time, was released in 1998. Not only was it a great pop song, but the music video is what really made the song have such an impact on a global scale.
Baby Hit Me One More Time was a massive worldwide hit for lots of reasons. A, it was a great pop song. Hear it on the radio, it leapt out of the radio. It's just well-written, simple, great pop song. The second thing about it was it had this very sexy video, which it's kind of it's the stereotype male fantasy of the schoolgirl. And she looked fantastic, but it was a bit of fun as well. The kids dancing around the school. It was a simple, well-made, sexy video.
And it was just a great video. The dance routines were really good. The song is really, really strong. And at the forefront of this, you have a really cute girl. And from that moment, you knew Britney was more than just a one-hit wonder. She was this brand, and she was something that was going to be around for a long time.
The album Baby One More Time became the best-selling LP by a teenage artist. Her second album, Oops, I Did It Again, debuted in April of 2000, and the single shot to the music charts all around the globe. In the music video, she plays a space cadet in a red, sexy bodysuit, once again retaining the innocent yet sexy teen girl image. In 2000, she released a cover version of the song I Can't Get No Satisfaction, originally sung by the Rolling Stones. This raised some eyebrows because of how sexual the song is. Britney's third album had more mature content with the song I'm a Slave for You, showing the different, less innocent side of Britney. Her music was starting to appeal to a more grown-up audience.
All of a sudden, after Oops, I Did It Again, actually we decided that perhaps Britney wasn't as hot as she once was. And there was just a bit of a lull, and I think as her music got raunchier and sexier, teenage girls started to get a bit turned off by her, really, because actually she was a bit too grown up. She was moving further away from her target audience.
At the 2000 MTV Movie Awards, she wore a suit and ripped it off, revealing a controversial crystal nude bodysuit at only 19 years old. Her fourth album, In the Zone, moved even further away from teen pop into more adult-rated content. She collaborated with Madonna in the song Me Against the Music, which was followed by the infamous kiss they shared at the VMAs in 2003. This was huge in the media. It was the front page news everywhere. People, especially mothers, were outraged, saying she wasn't a good role model. Britney made a comeback in 2004 with her song Toxic. Toxic brought back the innocent Britney that her teen girl audience was craving to hear once again. The video of her as a flight attendant brought back the male sexual fantasy element that made her so popular. Similar to artists like David Bowie and Madonna, Britney Spears created her own persona. Britney was well aware of her name being a brand and not the quote-unquote real her. So when it comes to interviews, she tends to give short answers and not show too much emotion, in fear of not giving a bad name to her brand, which is exactly what music companies want. The music industry is normally dominated by males, and they rely on techniques to sell products, and sex appeal is an easy sell.
She doesn't seem well poised to have longevity as an artist because she's never been an artist. She's been a marketing product. She's been a celebrity.
Britney combined innocence with sexy. Many of her music videos have innocent storylines and settings, yet are considered provocative, as she fulfills the quote-unquote male sexual fantasies. A study conducted on Britney after the release of her first album focused on her main audience, teen girls. When asked about Britney, words like whore and slut came up. In Teen People magazine, she was portrayed as the innocent girl next door. But in Rolling Stone magazine, she was portrayed as a fully sexualized being. Britney was still a teenager when she became a megastar, which proved to be pretty overwhelming for her. On October 6th of 2004, Britney marries rapper Kevin Federline and gives birth to Sean Federline in 2005 and youngest son Jaden Federline in 2006. Later that year, paparazzi gets pictures of Britney with her baby boys in a car surrounded by dozens of photographers, with Sean sitting improperly in the back seat. LAPD of Child Services formed an investigation on Britney's handling of her children. After 2 years of marriage, Britney divorces Kevin. Shortly after, she's spotted partying with Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan. In February of 2007, Britney checked into rehab and left in less than 24 hours to go to a hair salon the next day, reportedly complaining about her hair extensions. When the salon owner refused to take the extensions off, Britney grabbed the clippers and shaved all her hair off. In October of 2007, Federline gets full custody of the kids, and in 2008, Britney begins to be under the guardianship of her father because she was, quote-unquote, deemed incapable of taking care of herself.
If you could talk to them as individuals, not as a group, what would you say to them?
I would just say that you have babies at home and you have a wife, and if you don't, you have to realize that we're people and that we just need privacy and we need our respect, and those are things that you have to have as a human.
Despite all that happened, Britney still managed to release her Blackout album in 2007, which joined the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Britney claims that her 2 kids and her job is what kept her strong throughout the hard times. Britney Spears is in the top 10 list of best-selling artists and has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she currently has her own show in Las Vegas in which she performs her greatest hits.
Britney Spears has done what I think is an incredible thing in achieving the level of fame that she has. You know, there are so many actors and musicians and talented people of all kind who may achieve fame that seems a little greater than their talent, but with Britney, the ratio seems just off the charts to me. But she's undoubtedly a phenomenon. It's really incredible how famous she is, how prevalent she is in our culture. Britney is everywhere. And you know, if people say, well, you know, what is she great at? She's not really great at anything, you know, but she's great at being famous. And she's just done a miraculous job. So I thought, you know, this was, if you ask who's the most powerful celebrity in our culture, Britney's one of them. You know, that she was actually, I think, Forbes magazine, when they named the most powerful celebrities, I think it was 2 years ago, Britney was #1. That's a remarkable achievement for a girl who I think at the time was about 20. So that's a phenomenon worth writing about.